Hello, beautiful friends. It's LeahMarie here with your weekly oracle reading. And this week I am going to be bringing you a reading utilizing the cards Nature's Whispers. But this reading is going to be a little bit different in that we are going to be connecting with the energy of passed on loved ones or ancestors today. So I had a very strong response from one of my previous readings in which there was a lot of very powerful grandmother energy that was flowing through. And after doing that reading, I was getting messages from a lot of people's passed on loved ones that they really wanted to come here and communicate with you guys. And so if there are any of you specifically looking for messages or communication, this reading is likely for you. Otherwise, even if you're not sure, if you're not connecting necessarily with passed on loved ones, friends, family, your ancestral line, all of those things can be part of this. So, and it can be people that you're aware of or have a connection with. And it can also be passed on individuals that you might not consciously know or maybe didn't even meet in your lifetime, but that are connected with you through friends or family that want to come through and communicate to start fostering a relationship. So I did mention in that previous reading in which the grandmother medicine came through that I am a medium and I do work with people one-on-one to help them communicate with crossed over loved ones. And so the way I do it though is a little different than some mediums. My goal is to not only relay messages, but to help you foster your own personal relationship with them, to communicate between the two of you in ways that can help you see how can they help you. What do they, that's clearly the first one, what do they want to help you with, and how can you really start to connect with them in deeper and more profound ways. And so it's really meant for connection and empowerment when I do these sessions one-on-one. And even with these readings today, it's likely that they'll have messages that they want to help you with, and also giving ways that they definitely want that one, that they want to translate messages from the spirit world to help you on your journey. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work out. So I'm excited to take this adventure today with you guys because I have not done a reading quite like this before for the collective community. So I do these things one-on-one for personal readings, but this is going to be a little new today. So I'm excited to see what happens. And if you guys really love it, you resonate with it, please do like, share, subscribe, and consider giving me some feedback in terms of if you want to continue to see this, you love it, you want more of it, then, let me know. And it's something that I may choose to do as a totally different playlist of messages from the spirit realm, from ancestors and guides and such. So I will have you just take a moment, as we always do, to really bring your awareness into your heart center, to connect with your heart, your intuition, and to put the energy of gratitude out to your loved ones, your ancestors, to whomever wishes to communicate with you today to bring you the messages that you need, whether those are direct, indirect, through this message, or whether they come to you in the physical reality to share their messages and wisdom with you. And then once you feel complete there, then go ahead and select one or more of the cards, and I'm going to begin with card one. So card one is Bountiful Harvest, and I'm being drawn to that and the number 28 right away. So the number 28 may be important. We can also break that down to 1 because it would be 10, and which would then equal 1. So either the number 28 or 1 might be significant, related to the guide, the ancestor, or the spirit coming through for you. I do feel it is a very strong feminine energy in this case, although it may not just be limited to feminine energy. It may even be a masculine who embodied more of the feminine energy, was more kind, loving, compassionate sort of energy. And what I'm seeing with this image, so I love these cards because there's so much imagery in here, so much beauty in here. And it's this time of bountiful harvest for you. So this particular energy and spirit that's coming through wants to help you manifest your fullest abundance. So they are coming through to help you. As you see in this image, she's holding the world in her hands. So they want to help you nourish yourself and to really bring forward the life you want to live, which I'm being drawn to the dove above, which is this energy of bringing more peace, bringing more harmony, reaching out. I'm hearing reaching out an olive branch. So there may be some forgiveness that wants to take place here. I'm getting a very strong sense, actually, and some emotion behind this, that someone's loved one wants your forgiveness, that perhaps there was things that happened when they were on the physical plane that they want to put forth their offering of apologies to you, to say that they are sorry, that they were seeing things from a limited human perspective, and that with this new energy and being free from the human form, that they want you to see and feel and know that they didn't understand the fullness of the way that they interacted with you. So this message will be for some of you. And as I said, I am feeling already that I'm getting through many different messages. So really feel into what of this is for you and take what does feel for you and, filter out what doesn't, of course, okay, according to your intuition. And so this energy of apology is coming forth. Also, this energy of really surrounding you with love and wanting to support your abundance as a way of helping set right any wrongs or any perceived wrongs that happened when they were in physical form. And this is something I hear consistently from spirits, that when we're in physical bodies and we're having these human realities, we are acting from places that are limited perspectives. When we transcend the human form, we come into unity with all of creation. We have a life review and we get a drastically different viewpoint of what life is about. And so many times there are messages of forgiveness that come through, or a desire to help in ways that they weren't able to when they were in physical form. So if the apology energy doesn't work, and I'm getting this, and it could be for some of you that you wish to offer an apology versus the other way around. So please describe that as you feel inside it is meant. So it could be you wanting to apologize to someone who is no longer with you, and it may be they want to apologize. I am feeling the duality in that. And it could be a combination. So often there are things that go unsaid in life, and they just want you to know that just because the physical form isn't here doesn't mean that you can't have that exchange of energy and words now, based on what you perceive now, based on what you understand and what you know to be true. And so I do encourage you, and this is one way you can connect with this loved one in order to strengthen that relationship. And you can do this with any of your crossed over loved ones, and really come into this space of communicating with them from your heart where you're at now. So if you do feel sort of bad about things maybe you've done in the past or said, but that you didn't really set right in the physical experience, then have a conversation with them. You can have it aloud, you can have it internally, you can write out a letter to them and then either burn it or bury it, or take it out in nature to a place that resonates with you, or maybe that was their favorite place, or make an offering on their behalf to animals in nature, some nuts, some berries, some fruit. Those things are all ways that you can have an exchange of energy. And you can do that whether there needs to be forgiveness or simply as a way to honor their presence and create more space to invite more energy into your life, more openness, more abundance. So even with that letter number 28, with that adding up to being a one, that is a completion of a cycle. So there is a cycle between the two of you that wants to complete so that a new one can be initiated. So even if you didn't have a fantastic relationship in the physical reality, you have the opportunity to do that now. So if you choose it, you can have that opportunity. And it can also be this cycle of how do you want to work with the individuals that are no longer with you, because we do transcend our physical body, but our consciousness still remains. So they also want you to know that there is the abundance of all your lineage that has passed on, that is with you if you choose to communicate with them, if you choose to see that they are so much more than the physical bodies that you may have known at one time. And that when you connect with that, if you look, there's butterflies down here, so they can help you transform. They can help you tap into all these colors of the rainbow, so the full spectrum of existence, of life, of abundance, of creating this full life, having the world in your hands to create as you want. This energy really wants to support you at this time and to allow you to fully feel all the blessings that are here for you. And thank you guys for working with me when the language is coming out. I do want to say, when I'm channeling crossed over spirits, sometimes there's so much coming through. It's challenging for me to get the words in English out of my mouth. So thank you for your patience, because it can be kind of an intense process. So really, whomever, and I do feel for some of you, this is more than one person. And as I said, it's a more nurturing energy, which can be feminine or masculine, as in it could be a man or a woman. I'm not getting this as gender specific. This is really just, it's this more nurturing energy is what's wanting to come through to support your process, even if it wasn't entirely as nurturing as you would have hoped when they were in a body. So if that does resonate with you, then definitely I would encourage you to communicate in terms of that, offering apologies or accepting, giving forgiveness, accepting, back and forth in whatever way that looks like for you guys. So I am going to leave that energy there for you guys to explore more with. And I so appreciate you tapping in and sending you a lot of love for an amazing week. Take care. So we're going to go to card 2. And this is saying, be your best self always. And this card has the number 24. And I am feeling that because we're tapping into crossover loved ones, and this is a big community, 24 could be the birth date. It could be a significant number to that person. And it could also 24 breaks down to 6. So 6 might also, or 2 or 4 is how they give these to me. So sometimes that is a signal for you as to you determining who it is that's wanting to talk with you. And so with this image, be your best self always, I get this energy of it being someone that always really encouraged you, that wanted to lift you up, that wanted to support you, or even if they didn't do it in super direct ways when they were alive, they are wanting to play that role in your life now. And so I'm going to bring this in for you to check out. So we have a seahorse and a feminine on there. This does feel more feminine energy to me, though I don't like to put gender specifically on it, but I know because we're dealing with crossover loved ones, many of you are going to want to know, well, is it a man? Is it a woman? Is their names? All those things. And sometimes I do get those details. And right now I'm being told this is a much more feminine energy. So it could also, though, as I said in card 1, be a male, and that carries more feminine energy. But I do feel for most of you, this is speaking to an actual feminine who really has been supportive. Maybe you already know this spirit, this individual, maybe they're really supportive of you in the physical reality. Either way, I'm getting this strong energy of encouragement. So they want to help support your best life, help support you living your dreams. And I'm also hearing the energy of water. They're pointing out emotions. So they want to help you balance your emotions, to remain in your heart, to remain centered in all that you do, and to really help guide you into the life that you've always wanted to create for yourself. So they want to support whatever that looks like for you. So regardless of whether they were able to do that in the physical reality or not, the energy is coming through now that this particular individual really wants you to know that they are with you. They are likely sending signs through water. So if you're feeling called to go to lakes, rivers, waterways, or even I'm also hearing that you can communicate with them more clearly through water. And I said in the first card, please excuse any of the stuttering or trip ups when I'm channeling spirits. It comes through in a little bit different way because I'm hearing a lot of your different loved ones and their messages and doing my best to translate them into English for you. So I just like to do that because this is the first time I'm doing this in this way for you guys. So they're really putting forth this energy of emotions for some of you, that there's a lot of emotion behind the relationship, that there's a lot of emotion behind their desire for you to really be living a life where you are being true to yourself, where you get to honor yourself and the gift and the miracle that you are. There may have been times in your life, they're saying to me, that you felt like you had to hide, that you couldn't be who you were. And I'm feeling like a desire to start crying right now. So I feel this emotion is so rich and so deep that they want you to know that you don't have to hide anymore, that there is all of this wealth of support and protection around you. They want me to point out this energy. So I'm going to bring it closer, but there's schools of fish on the top and the side quadrant. So down over here and then up on this side over here, there's schools of fish, and they're wanting you to know that that is protection. You have their protection, but they are also calling in a lot of other higher vibrational beings to help you be your best self, to help you feel safe enough to be your true and authentic self, and to help you release any old feelings that you got from other people, other experiences, or perhaps even from them. They're saying that might be for some of you that they didn't necessarily know how to love and accept you fully. That might only be a message for a few of you. I'm just saying that's coming through. And so it's this really overarching message of allowing yourself to feel safe, to be authentic, because it is safe. They're ensuring that you are surrounded by love and light and protection, so that even if in the past you felt you had to hide away, they want you to know that you don't have to, and they want to help you heal and transform anything that has ever made you feel that you did need to hide for any reason. They're like, that time is over. I want to help you move forward. I want to help empower you, reclaim your power in all the places you may have given it away, and be able to step into the life that you truly are meant to live here. So this is a really strong and beautiful energy of that. And I'm going to leave it there for you to feel into whomever this might be for you. And as I said, it does feel like a very feminine, nurturing energy that wants to reach out and connect with you today. So thank you for choosing card 2, and have a wonderful week. Take care. And moving over to card 3. This is a very complex card, so I will pre-frame. Bear with me as these messages come through. Normally, I'm only channeling for one specific person when I'm doing mediumship, and doing this in a collective level is a little different. And I just want you to know sometimes it does take me a little more time to process and to get the words out in a way that is clear for me, because there's lots of input. So I appreciate us learning and growing together in this way. So I'm going to read the message, which is clear out the old, and the number is 5. So they've been giving me the number resonance on these cards. So this number might help you know who this is specifically. So that could be a birth date. It could be a favorite number. It could also, I'm hearing, be the 5th day of the week. So Friday, it's like Fridays could have some significance related to this person. And within this, they're really here to help you clear out old junk in your closet is what I'm hearing. So it might be literal, but it also might be just spiritual inside. And so this person, I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to kind of go back and forth with this one because there's a lot of complex imagery here. And there may be imagery within this card that helps you also realize who it is. So this rose is jumping out to me, and then up over here, this shooting star with a rainbow is popping out to me. And so it's this energy of clearing out any old energy related to this person and related to your life and moving forward. So sometimes this can be, especially if someone's crossed over, this can be the energy. I'm just going to set this here for right now. This can be the energy of you have their things in your home, or you have some of their things in your home, and you're holding on to them potentially from a place of, if I let this go, then I'm letting that person go. So this is one message for some of you, that it might be time to assess what are the things of theirs that you're keeping that you really have value and purpose in keeping versus things you're holding on to because you're not wanting to let that individual go. Now, when I say this, it's because the items are not the individual. Their consciousness is with you. It permeates in, through, and around you. And the physical items, while they can be reminders and memorabilia, are not the person. So they just want you to understand that they are with you regardless of whether you hold on to those things. So if there are things that you really have been feeling need to be released, but you're resisting letting them go, they're letting you know it's okay for you to let that stuff go. It's not connected to you letting them go, as in letting their presence in your life go. In fact, when you release those things that you're holding on to, it allows their consciousness to more fully become present in your life because you're connecting to their consciousness, not physical items that were once theirs, which, while those can carry their energy, are not nearly as tangible or as profound in your life as connecting with the energy of their soul and consciousness. So that's one message that they're giving me for you guys. Now, they're also pointing out the owl on here and the keyhole, and showing me that there is an energy of wisdom within your relationship with this individual that will help you unlock more of your gifts. And that is that sort of, the keyhole here is kind of throat and heart chakra, like in between that region. So I'm really feeling this strong energy of helping you unlock your voice and helping you unlock your ability to love. So it may be related to this individual that they want to help you speak your truth. They want to help you find love in your life again, find love perhaps for the first time. So for some of you, this could have been an actual partner. I feel for many of you, it's just someone who also wants to help be a guide for you in this life to let go of old burdens, old baggage, old beliefs, so that you can start living more from love and from a love for yourself and a love for life and connection and speaking your truth. And that may actually even be speaking up about this person. Maybe you do connect with them already and you hide that from other people. You know, I didn't speak about my mediumship stuff for a long time because not everybody is cool when someone's like, yeah, I talk to dead people. And, you know, it's just part of my reality. So some people are really accepting of that and some people aren't. And this doesn't mean you have to be super open about it unless you feel called to. It's just time to start speaking to loved ones that have crossed over, that you have had a calling to connect with or communicate with, or maybe that you are holding on to old baggage related to. This is also coming through, is that there might be someone who you didn't have the greatest relationship with, and in their physical time here, you weren't able to really come to a place of harmony with each other, and you could unconsciously or consciously be holding on to hurts from the past, and they are really inviting you to let those go. And I'm getting the sensation that there's actually, like, one relative was really positive and one was maybe not as supportive, and so it's like you're getting this tandem of, like, they're not the same person on the other side, which sort of came through in card one, where it's this: when we transcend our physical bodies, we are no longer in the limited space of having an ego and a mind. So we become harmonious with all of creation. So they just really want you to know that in order for you to move forward and really live this beautiful, flourishing life, that it's important to let go of any old hurts or wounds or patterns that were put in place in that relationship. Now, this can also, on a very deep level, apply to at least one of you here, to your ancestral line. I'm feeling that you might not even be aware that there's energy that you're here to clear for your line, or maybe you are, but there's a message coming through that you did incarnate to specifically help clear some clutter out of your line, that you were outfitted with a very specific skill set to do that. So they're encouraging you to meditate and to go out in nature, especially, or at least create like your own little personal altar or connection at home, where you can start opening up dialogue to communicate with your ancestors in order for them to show you the hurts and wounds and things that are still unresolved, that you actually have the capacity and the strength and courage to heal for your line in this life, to now clear for future generations. And so I'm getting this very strong heart expansive energy right now. So those of you who feel a connection with this, I really highly recommend investing some time connecting, and please reach out if I can give you be a resource for that. I have a lot of great techniques for connecting with ancestors that I'm happy to share. And so this is really just important, not only for you, but for your line, for what you're clearing for future generations, and really rippling out to having a huge effect on humanity as well in your lifetime. So a lot of really strong energy there. And they're also pointing out there's a clock at the top, and the main hand or arm. It's actually, there's Stonehenge inside there, interestingly. So many details in this cards. So they're showing it at noon and the sun coming through. So this does feel daytime to me. But they're talking about the sense of time and timing. And so, really allowing yourself to check in with your heart, to know that everything is happening in divine timing. And so, if you have had, I'll bring that closer if you want to take a peek. So, if you've had any feelings of things being on a timetable, check in with yourself, because there is divine timing at play with some of your healing and some of the work with your ancestors, I'm feeling. And so really, if you're getting a call to action is what I'm hearing. So if you all of a sudden one day feel, I need to go to this place at this time, and this makes no sense to me, but I'm like really feeling like I have to do it, I highly recommend you do this. This happens to me consistently. A lot of times it'll be like, I need to go to this park at this time, and these are the things I need to gather and go with me. Or sometimes I just literally am like, get in the car and drive down this road. You'll know where to stop. We'll give you a ding, ding, ding or ringing or something to let you know. So regardless of how you guys connect with spirit or your divine or your ancestors already, if you feel in your soul a strong calling to go somewhere or do something specific, really encourage you to honor that, because that is them gathering you and trying to take you to a place to give you more information. And that's one way that spirits can help us. Our loved ones want to rally, and they can nudge us in different directions by giving us these little inner inklings to do or say or go places. So encouraging you to trust and listen to that as well. So thank you so much for picking card 3, and I'm sending you a ton of love for an amazing week. So take care until next time.